Shalom, shalom, Israel. All praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Kakadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world innately calls Jesus the Christ. For Kakadash is the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and the elders in Great Millstone who been ruling well through the Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Most High can continue to put in their spirit to endure. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect scattered four corners of the earth, teaching His word and being sincere to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put in their spirit to endure. Shalom to the wives and the single sisters that's believers of His word. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put in your spirit to pursue to be a loving and silent, virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. This goes into history, and it goes into the elite. You know, a lot of us was seeking Illuminati and Masons, you know, but when you actually dig into this Bible, you understand that the Lord said in Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. We already get signs. You get certain things that happen in history where the elites had their hands on it. You know, a lot of the elite, their money stretch all the way before slavery in America. But Lord willing, we can just tap into this. The title of this video, I believe I'm going to title it Payback is a Bitch, Esau. You know, the other ones was Edom will get double or Edom will get the best ass whooping. But besides that, this is just straight for edification. So we're going to zoom into this picture. This is by a book that I always quote most of the time in my videos. It's called How White Folks Got So Rich. You can get it on Amazon for like $11 to $12. Or you can download the Kindle app and you can get it for free on the Kindle. So I'm going to read the red part first. It says, Source, The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews. Volume 2. How Jews Gain Control of the Black American Economy. Now, these are not talking about the biblical Jews. You know, these is convert. These are fake Jews. You know, they don't even line up with prophecy or biblical scriptures. But now we're going to go in the top. It says Jewish traders like the Wells Bros Cotton Corp grew wealthy on black slavery. They traded 500,000 bales a year when the U.S. was producing 10 million bales annually. Bargays like this one constantly brought slave-picked cotton to international markets. You know, we was working when we came here. Our forefathers was working. It says without cotton, slavery in the New World was very likely headed for extinction. Sugar was driven European expansion and a slavery trade into the sugar-growing region of South America and the Caribbean. But by the late 18th century, slave revolts in a warring market threatened to crash the economy. The invention of cotton gin in 1793, a machine that effectively separated the seeds from the fiber, sped up cotton production 50-fold instantly, making it much more profitable and desirable. The miraculous fiber could be transformed into almost anything, right? Just trying to just stay in afloat. And this is I screenshot these pictures instead of going to the book because I wanted to make sure I stay right on point. This is where we get into like the elite. It said worked a plantation family depended on the very labor of the blacks it enslaved for its total income, protection, and survival. So the plantation families depended on the very labor of the blacks enslaved. You know, it helped for the total income, protection, and survival. The British economists calculated should any dire calamity calamity befall the land of cotton, 1,000 of our merchant ships would rot idly in dock. 10,000 mills must stop their busy looms. 2 million months would starve for lack of food to feed them. France was said to be even more dependent on American cotton than Britain. The mega wealth of the Rothschild banking family, which I even came, especially by the elder and the other brothers, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, they're really in line. A lot of the elite family are like immediate family. They kept this corporation in family or mutual family, right? So it says the mega wealth of the Rothschild banking family was derived from cotton. And Hitler didn't want these banking families, because it's not just one, it's multiple. He didn't want them to grow. It says the Lehman Brothers and their investment banking house began as cotton traders in Alabama. Cotton was the motive for the development of a vast, expanding international web of finance, politics, transportation, and communication. A global network that relied entirely on the forced enslavement of a whole race. Let's zoom up. A global network that relied entirely on the forced enslavement of a whole race of people, not all nations. This was all about enslaving one group of a race in different places over the whole world. And Jake is so blended in because we're a speckled bird. You would think most like Mexicans, or it could be an Israelite, white chocolate covered Edomite. We're mixed everywhere. The slave trade was the biggest money flow for these mother suckers. Right? You see it right there, man. Right? The mega wealth of the Rothschild banking family was derived from cotton. So this is something we want to zoom on. And now we're going to hop into some scriptures for y'all. And I'm going to let y'all go. This is Limitations. Chapter 4, verse 21 to 22. I'm going to read it twice. I'm going to read it one time in the GNT, the Good News Translation, and the second time in the New Living Translation. Limitations chapter 4, verse 21 to 22 in the Good News Translation. This is what it reads. Laugh on, people of Edom and Uz. Be glad while you can. Your disaster is coming too. You too will stagger naked in shame. Zion has paid for her sin. Yahweh will not keep us in exile any longer. But Edom, Yahweh will punish you. He will expose your guilty acts. The Lord will not keep us in exile. We are in exile right now, man. Exile from the land. Exile from all the benefits that the Lord has given us, man. We're really working to work to be worthy for the Lord, man. To have mercy on us, right? Limitations 4 again, verse 21 to 22 in the NLT. Are you rejoicing in the land of Uz, O people of Edom? But you too must drink from the cup of Yahweh's anger. You too will be stripped naked in drunkenness. O beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. You will soon return from exile, but Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Soon, your many sins will be exposed. And this is where we go to like 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, where the son of perdition is being revealed, right? When you go to Jeremiah, I believe it's 51 verse 7. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wrath, therefore the nations are mad. And who is the head of this new age Babylon? Which it was two Babylons. The second one was Rome. And this is Rome 2.0 under, the power of, NATO and EU, right? All the elites live in Europe. All the elites is in London, Paris, Britain. This is a money country. This is their profit. Everybody here, we just working machines. When you get off and you clock out, yay, they want you back at work. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Jeremiah 21:15, Habakkuk 2:16, Revelation 17:4, Revelations 14:8, and Jeremiah 25:16. America is drinking of this golden cup. When we go into the scriptures, especially in ancient Babylon, it was other kingdoms outside of Babylon. Babylon was just the head ruler, the head empire. So everybody had to follow and give tribute to Babylon. A lot of y'all don't know, every nation is really giving tribute to America. Everybody is making trade because of America. This is the melting pot over here, But it's all with the elites. The elites is pouring over here and they pouring over here, But the America is supposed to be their money train. This is supposed to be their place of power, if they want to say. This is to take you away from where they're at. It's just like a plug. A lot of us don't know where the plug is living and where he at, because the plug is going to be secretive. Everybody not going to know where the plug is at. Only the elect out of our elite group is going to know where we at, our secret hiding spots. And half of these elites that we could be talking about, you don't see them on social media. You don't see them just out and about, because this is their system. They knew what they was getting, what they wanted and what they didn't want. Shoot, they control the media. This is Psalms 83 verse 3 to 6. It says, I'm not going to read all the 6 because we're really just dealing with the one nation in the verse. So verse 3 says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Right? So that's a check +2, because they have did crafty counsel against us. How they can tear us down, how they can make money off of us, how they can separate the men and the women, and consulted against thy hidden ones. We are the hidden ones, just by our nationality, who our power is, what are we supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Every nation is not the same, right? Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, right? That's why we have to come back in this captivity. We have to hear the men of the Lord. We have to be talking. We have to be going in the scriptures to get back into that remembrance. That's why Baruch 2:30 tell you, in the land of our captivity, we shall remember who we are. How are we going to remember? How are we going to remember, Salaki? How are we going to remember? By seeking the men of the Lord, by seeking the teachers, by reading the word, let alone going to other teachers like your brothers, going to the apostles, the elders, the mighty men, and asking questions, right? So that you can understand, right? Because when we get in these scriptures, it's mysteries in this that a lot of us we're not going to think the so-called white men of the modern day today is Esau. We can't, how are we going to know that? We will have to seek and get in there. So I'm going to give you another history book. This is Babylon the Timbuktu. Page 20 at the last paragraph. It says the ancient people did not classify race according to skin color like the modern nations of Europe and America. Jumping over to page 21, it says they did not use the term Negro, which is a modern term to refer to the black race, or the word Caucasian to refer to the white race. Dividing the world along a color line was an idea that originated with the white supremacists in Europe after the Renaissance, the rebirth. That's what Renaissance, it goes into the rebirth. The Europeans did not have any great civilization immediately after the fall of Greece and Rome. During the Middle Ages, the black nations of Africa and Asia had the greatest political, economical, educational, and military influence in the world, right? So you had all different shades, all different other nations of blacks. We was stepping in. But yes, Jake, as in the Israelites, we were in a place of power, especially in Europe, Ireland, England. We was running it up. You gotta do your research. It says, at this time, Europe existed in a state of darkness for thousands of years because the Lord removed Rome out of power, and a lot of the Edomites flee to the mountains. When you drop down half that paragraph, it say Johann F. Blumenbach, a German in 1752 to 1854, was the first to divide humanity on the basis of skin color, right? And Mr. Blumenbach classified 5 chief races of mankind: the Caucasians, the Mongolians, and the Ethiopian, and the American Indians, the Mayan, right? And this just shows you how far Esau had to change things around. He had to turn things around, right? Here's another one on page 22. It says, we have more than adequate proof that the white race began near the Caucasus Mountains. And from there, they spread north, northwest, northeast into Europe and Asia, Russia. Now we know this author trying to say we know that the Japhites, Europeans, are white today, right? Because back then, in the area where Europe is, the Japhites lived, and Japhites were a darker race back then. So now, because he ain't really going in, you don't see no precepts in this. But when you actually go in these scriptures, Esau was going to and fro. After, when you go to Malachi, the 4th chapter, the Lord tell you that he was going to, the Lord tore down his mountains. And then Esau said, I am impoverished, and I will come back and I will build the desolate places. That's what he did to rebuild the new world we are living in now. But before that, he was living in Mount Seir. The Lord tore that down. So where did he go? He spread north, northwest, northeast into Europe and in Russia, right? So now that they're in that area, you would say, oh, those, like what everybody say, oh, that's the Japhites over there. No, everybody got moved around, especially if Israel is Jacob's descendants is not in their land. All nations is not even in their actual land. It is Muslims in their land, but you got them in America. When you even go into the book of Judges and in Joshua and in Deuteronomy, you hear of Gaza. It was Israelites in Gaza. Yes, you had Hamite people in Gaza, but when we started taking over the land, Israelites was living in Gaza. You got other people where that land don't fit you, where you supposed to be somewhere else. And this is so great about the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He allowed the movement to happen. This is why brothers always say the Lord is playing chess while we playing checkers. So the brother, he didn't put precepts. This is just history. So he's just saying, now we know that the Japhites, Europeans, are white today. He's not saying that in the scriptures the Japhites are white. It's the area, wherever you were at, that's scripture wise, the Lord planted your nation where your nation was at. And when we at now and we look back in the area of Europe, that's where the Japhites would be. Just like where Alexander, Macedonia, where the Greeks was at, those are Japhites. Greeks are Japhites. Russia, which would be called Magog, it's not May and Gog, it's Magog. Those would be the modern day of Russia. Those would be Japhites. But the Japhites damn near got pushed out their own land because Esau moved just like the devil. He goes to and fro, conquering land. Right? Back to Psalms 83, verse 5, it says, "For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom." Right? They are confederate against us. So now, if Spirit would allow me to get this precept real quick, if I can find it. Let me see. Salakia. It might be Habakkuk. Here we go. This is Habakkuk chapter 1. I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "Behold, ye among the heathen in regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs." Right? And the Chaldeans back then were the Babylonians, the people that lived in Mesopotamia. So who is the Chaldeans of today? Who are the Babylonians today? Who are those Egyptians today? Who are those that conquer land and devour the people that live in that land? You know, that would be Esau of today. You know, he's doing everything that nations probably did in past tense. He's doing it now, but Esau is the most wickedest nation on the earth. You know, this is in the Most High's eye, right? But this is Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 15 to 17. It says, "For thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it. And they shall drink and be moved and be mad, because of the sword that I will send among them. Then took I the cup of Yahweh's hand, and made all the nations to drink, unto whom Yahweh has sent me." The men of the Lord is going out to the highways and byways and teaching on these platforms, right? And we're crying against this place, just like Jonah against Nineveh. We have to cry against Mount Seir, just like the Lord told Ezekiel. You know, we have to cry against Mount Seir. We're not crying at the place, we're crying against the people, right? Because the place don't commit sin, it's the people that commit the sin. Right? So let's go to Obadiah. There's only one chapter. Salaki, y'all. I'm trying to get this verse. This is Obadiah. There's only one chapter, verse 9 and 10. It says, In thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. You know, this is what you reap, what you sow. And if we flip it and look at Israel, we've been reaping what we sowed. We sowed, forget the Lord, right? This is what we sowed. This is Jeremiah 32, verse 33. And they have turned unto me the back and not the face. Though I taught them raising up early and teaching them, yet they have not hearkened to receive instruction. And what the Most High told them, and told the men of the Lord, judges, and Samuel, what he told them, you know, because we was asking for a king, we asked for this, we do so much. What Moses say? He's like, man, when I die, you gonna do even worse. The Lord even said, hey, look, Just because we wanted a king, guess what? We was disrespecting the Lord. Yahweh Shema Shai. It's the same way when the Lord sends a prophet, we don't receive the prophet, we really not receiving the Lord. If we mocking the prophet, you really mocking Yahweh Shema Shai. If you saying, man, F that teacher, you saying F the Lord. If you saying that man foolish, which the Lord did make this preaching foolish, just to wake you elect up. If you saying this is fool, man, forget that, man. Yo, that's how the Lord is gonna feel. That's how he's gonna feel. You saying that to him. Everybody's, that bill is gonna come, you know. And it don't matter who you is, you paying that bill. This is Isaiah chapter 40, verse 1 and 2. It said, comfort ye, my people, saith your power. Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem, and cry unto her, that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned. For she have received of Yahweh's hand double for all her sins. You see how Israel get double? Then when you go into Revelations, Babylon, Esau is going to get double. Even these nations, they going to get double. You know, the Lord has a righteous balance, man, a just balance. Yeah, that's Proverbs 11, man, right? Revelations chapter 18, verse 6. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. And we read Jeremiah 51:7. That's Babylon. When you go to Revelations chapter 17, in verse 1, it says, and there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with him, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore, which is America, daughter of Babylon, mystery Babylon, that sitteth upon many waters. Waters, nations, people, right? It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication, the philosophy, you know, that Caesar Borgia, you know, that false image, you know, and many more, you know. That's why NATO is going to turn on America, you know. And Lowell and I could do the other video, because I believe it was February 3rd or February 5th or February 13th. Donald Trump said America don't need allies. So if he get in office, he was going to cut ties to NATO. That's biblical prophecy, because Revelation 17:4, man. You know, the nations are mad, and the allies of America is going to turn on them. Salaki. Then you got Salaki. I got another picture where Putin said he can destroy America in 60 minutes. That's Revelations 18 verse 17 to 19. He said he going to destroy this place in 60 minutes. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. You know, let's go back. Let's get Jeremiah 33. We almost done, family. Jeremiah 33, verse 7 to 8. It says, and I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel, the southern and northern kingdom, to return, and will build them as at the first. And I will cleanse them from all their iniquity whereby they have sinned against me, and I will pardon all their iniquities whereby they have sinned, and whereby they have transgressed against me. This is why the elect is coming back. You know, we're coming back with great boldness. The ones that the Lord didn't touch, you're not going to come in this thing on this side. It's very plain. The Lord didn't need many of us. He picked a select. It's like, I don't know if y'all know, but when you play basketball, you pick your team, you know. This is Ezekiel 36, and I'm going to start at verse 9. I'm going to start at... Okay, I'm going to start at 24, because he said he was going to take us from the land. He was going to cleanse us. It says, for I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries, It will bring you into your own land, because that goes back to Lamentations 4, where it says, "Oh, beautiful Jerusalem," in the NLT, "your punishment will end, and you will soon return from your exile." Right? So this is the Lord taking us from our exile from all countries, and he will bring us to our own land. Back to Ezekiel 36, verse 25. "Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you." Right? And he's going to cleanse us with that not just regular, that pure water. Right? It says, "And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. And ye shall dwell in the land that I have gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your power." All praises to Yahweh Shemashai, verse 29. "And I will also save you from all your uncleanness, and I will call for the corn and will increase it, and lay no famine upon you." All praise to Yahweh Shem. If you want this, if you tired of getting the end of the stick, you need to pick up that rod, man. This rod of correction. These scriptures is going to correct that ass. This is Psalms 137, verse 7 to 9. It says, "Remember, O Yahweh," back to Lamentations 4, verse 22 in the NLT, "O beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. You will soon return from your exile. But Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Soon your many sins will be exposed. The son of perdition is being revealed every day." The elder from South Carolina, GMS, man, what is his title? "The Hebrew Israelites ministry has turned the world upside down." Right? So Psalms 37, verse 7. "Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom." Salaki. Salaki, family. Psalms 37, verse 7, it says, "Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof." Which, the August 30th, what brothers want to put as the date. But you remember 70 AD, who was ruling Vespasia, which is Titus' father, the destruction of the temple, through Titus and his father. What they say, raise it. Verse 8, "O daughter of Babylon," because Rome did this. And Rome was considered the second Babylon because they took all the customs of Babylon. This goes back to Habakkuk, and all what America do, they stole from Egypt. Because you got to know, Esau was was the ruler of the Greek captivity. And they went over there and stole scrolls from Egypt. Shoot, they burned our writings. Then in Rome, Esau just studied their nation and their people, and then looked at other nations, and look what they did with America. You got all different beliefs over here, all different nations over here. "O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone." And when we go into other scriptures, especially like I think Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, it said Babylon would be destroyed by fire. And when we know back then, the Lord used the Persian and Medes to destroy Babylon, and they overcame them by war. Babylon this time will be destroyed by fire. And it's going to be a terrible, terrible scene if you are under the nukes. You want to get beamed up. 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, verse 14 to 17. Like I said, payback is a bitch, Esau. Lobel, and this was edifying and straight to the point. Shalom, shalom. Yahweh speed.